My favorite fish is the Amia oceliacauda. Where I'm from, we simply call it a dogfish, but it has many common names. Disclaimer, I'm dumb. The first time I caught this fish, it felt like I had discovered some dinosaur or ancient species that was undiscovered. They have really strong jaws with razor sharp teeth. When you hook it, they fight like hell, and have earned that reputation among local fishermen if you ever ask somebody about it. If you're used to bass and bluegills, that thing can really throw you for a loop. As scary as it is, it's so admirable. I observed so many intriguing traits that made me wonder about their purpose. The fin on the top of its body waves around in a very hypnotizing way, almost mesmerizing. If you see a dogfish swim in clear, shallow water, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Videos don't really do it justice, especially given the variation of color within individuals. I know how this fish looks and I've handled it up close and personal, but I haven't tried to see what the nerds have said about it. That's going to be the main purpose of this video, to get the nerdy side about this sleek prehistoric dinosaur-like fish thing. The first thing I came across was a paper from over 100 years ago about a myth that was circulated about the bowfin at the time. It was said that when the fish was startled by a predator, it would open its mouth so its babies could swim inside, to which it would then close its mouth and flee. Of course, that's not true. Just some guy made it up. I did find it funny that there was an ancient nerd who debunked such a Looney Tunes ass idea. Upon reading about the dogfish, you will see the term prehistoric a lot, or relic. I'm extremely interested in this idea because a lot of people call this fish a living fossil, but the second they go into any details explaining what that means, my brain glosses over. Just based on vibes though, being called a living fossil is metal as fuck. It gives the species the vibe of being a last samurai. That might make it sound like they're endangered. They aren't. They're super common. Fear not. I also found a paper that went into detail about the taste buds of fish or something. Some of this stuff gets very hyper specific, but if you're interested in such a topic, you can read it. This species also has a hidden superpower, which makes it of particular interest to evolutionary biologists. It can breathe in air and water. I can't even begin to pretend to understand how it does this. Just know that they can do this. Of course, they can't breathe air forever. They do eventually have to return to the water. There are stories of mudfish being stuck outside of water due to some natural event and surviving for days. There's also a debate amongst the nerds about how this fish is categorized. It's apparently been found out through genetic studies that this fish has much more diversity than what was previously asserted, leading to the recognition of two species, Amia oceliacauda and Amia calva. If you fish in the northern parts of the United States, you've likely met an oceliacauda. If you're in the south, you've likely met a calva. The species also has a very distinct eye on its tail. I've heard a couple theories, one being that it's meant to distract a predator, so that when the predator attacks the tail, the bowfin can quickly either turn around and attack back, counterattack, or flee. I also heard that it could serve as a beacon, so that the younger bowfin can easily locate the adult male, because the adult male looks after the young bowfin. But I didn't find that reading any study though, so that's probably pure speculation. I came across this article/paper by Ray Catula, apologies if I mispronounced that, where he describes that despite the bowfin's primitive nature, the male bowfin is by far the most protective parent of any North American freshwater fish. They possess such an aggressive temper, and they have even been documented pursuing a man out of water, lunging themselves onto the stream bank. I even found some interesting articles that went into detail on the dorsal fin of the dogfish and why it's so mesmerizing. Apparently, the reason it moves in such a way is so that it can go backwards or stay in place or go forward without needing a pectoral fin like most other fish.